Hi there. Welcome to this week's episode of the podcast with me, Russell Davis. This week, I want to share a poem. It's a poem I came across at a time in life when I felt frustrated and stuck, angry, and just in despair with life. It was a poem that triggered my own kind of personal journey. That's led me to living a life I'm more passionate about, following my heart and my soul. It's called The Invitation, and I'll share it with you today, and I hope that it is an invitation for you. Well, it is an invitation for you, being to explore what it means to live life true to your heart more, and where that may lead you. I recently came across a poem that in many ways prompted my personal development journey, that prompted a complete change in my life in so many ways. I came across this poem at a time where we've been struggling with infertility for many years, and that prompted a lot of questioning about life, realising I was living a life I thought I should be living, questioning where happiness comes from, will I ever find a sense of purpose, and I craved to be more engaged in life, to be happier, to feel inspired about life, and to have a sense of purpose. And it's interesting, I haven't read this poem for, I guess, a number of years. And I came across it again very recently. And it really was, in many ways, like coming home, reminding me of why I do what I do for me and my clients. It's quite a famous poem. I want to share it with you now. You may have heard it before, but I encourage you just to listen and see what it prompts within you. It's called The Invitation by Oriah Mountain Dreamer House. It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for, and if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing. It doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you risk looking like a fool for love, for your dream, for the adventure of being alive. It doesn't interest me what planets are squaring your moon. I want to know if you have touched the centre of your own sorrow, if you've been opened by life's betrayals, or have become shriveled and closed from fear or further pain. I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or your own, without moving to hide it or fade it or fix it. I want to know if you can be of joy, mine or your own, if you can dance with the wildness and let the ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes without cautioning us to be careful, to be realistic, to remember the limitations of being human. It doesn't interest me if the story you are telling me is true. I want to know if you can disappoint another to be true to yourself. If you can bear the accusation of betrayal and not betray your own soul. If you can be faithless and therefore trustworthy. I want to know if you can see beauty, even if it is not pretty, every day. And if you can source your own life from its presence. I want to know if you can live with failure, yours and mine, and still stand at the edge of the lake and shout to the silver of the moon, yes. It doesn't interest me to know where you live or how much money you have. I want to know if you can get up after a night of grief and despair, weary and bruised to the bone, and do what it needs to be done to feed the children. It doesn't interest me who you know or how you came to be here. I want to know if you'll stand in the centre of the fire with me and not shrink back. It doesn't interest me where or what or with whom you've studied. I want to know what sustains you from the inside when all else falls away. I want to know if you can be alone with yourself and if you truly like the company you keep in the empty moments. When I first read that, everything inside me just said, that's the man I want to be. That's the person I want to be. And I felt so far away from that. I would never risk looking like a fool for anything, for love or dream or just the adventure of being alive. And I think life's betrayals had closed me. My heart was more in protecting myself rather than opening my heart. I found it hard to be with my wife's pain. I wanted to fix it. And I really thought the idea of someone being disappointed in me would kill me. So the idea of disappointing someone else to be true to myself was an alien concept. I very much lived with the unconscious mantra, I'll be okay if they're okay. I wanted to see more beauty. I wanted to be alive to life. Its pains, its joys. And did I know if I could enjoy my own company? I didn't think I did. I judged myself so much. And I wasn't aware of that. My first real experience of unconditional love, sitting in the feeling of unconditional love. That flavour of love was actually self-compassion, and I wasn't expecting that. I didn't realise how much I judged myself, and that judgment prevented me from receiving love. I guess when I reread that poem, it reminds me of this whole journey, and I guess I'm proud of some of the things I've created in my life as a result of my own journey. I guess I'm proud of the fact I do believe I can live life more to the full, make it an adventure, be alive to life more, and that's my wish for my clients. That life can be an adventure for them. They can live true to their heart, not be scared by our emotions. Keep our heart open. To keep our heart open. You kept your heart open. I wonder what love you could receive more fully. If you kept your heart open, I wonder what desires come to the full. Secret goals, it'd be totally awesome if they came true you do nothing about. My wish for you is you could dance in the wilderness and let the ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes, without cautioning, to be realistic, or even to remember the limitations of being human. To see life as being limitless, to see life as a place of possibility and adventure. And I begin to see more and more how one of the keys of that is keeping our heart open, not collapsing, not closing our heart, not protecting our heart, keeping our heart open. Knowing we'll be okay whatever happens. And in my mind, that turns life into an adventure. Adventure of love, receiving love, giving love, honouring our true self as an act of love. So what can you do, even this week, from your heart, letting your heart guide you, lead you, keeping your heart open to give and receive love, to let your heart guide you, to know what's right and true for you, knowing that honouring our heart opens the path to, in my experience, a more fulfilled and passionate life, whatever life holds. We can't predict what life holds, but honouring our own heart, I think we have far fewer regrets at the end of the day. Loving you.